We're ranking every 400
Yeah,
hero.
we're ranking every 400 hero. That's crazy. Warden, B.
B? Really? Oh.
I've been playing Warden a lot lately. We both
Yeah.
have. And he's better than I thought he was. He does a lot of damage. He's a decent ganking hero. He's alright. He's got a decent moveset. His
The bash is
his feats,
most of it.
His feats can be pretty strong.
The bash, though, is really what you have to use to make him worth playing. Just being able to cancel that fully charge it makes him way better.
He's decent. He's not good. He's not bad. I throw him in the middle.
Okay, next Conqueror.
A.
A
I have a
team.
feeling. I hate playing Conqueror because he feels heavy.
Yeah.
But he doesn't feel like the other heavies. He feels like legitimately heavy. But he's very good. There's very little
simple.
you can do a lot of times against him.
He's very simple.
Yeah.
Okay, Peacekeeper. I would say like B to A.
Yeah.
Peacekeeper can be pretty good.
Let's say low A. Because the bleed can be really, really, really strong, and also her feats are very strong as well.
Yes.
Fear itself is always very good.
Okay, so Griffin.
I have no clue. What do you think?
High B to low A. Because he's pretty good. I just didn't really like playing him when I played him. You've played all the heroes. Well, almost all of them.
He's fine. I'm going to say A.
Low A? Where do you want him?
Medium. Because he does a lot of damage. He's decently fine. He's just not amazing. And he has decent perks to help support.
Okay, Law.
As of currently, let's throw him into D.
Law is getting a rework very soon, so he will get the buff.
Coming up next season, so we're just gonna throw him in there. He's fine. I love Law. I have 11 reps on Law. 14 across 2 accounts actually, and he's fine. He's pretty nice. He's just a big body. He does a lot of damage if you play him right. He's good, but
You have to play parry game.
actually he might be a C right now.
Why?
Like a lower mid C because of the dodge attack changes.
Yeah, the dodge attack changes really
I
help
think-
him just because it's a...
I think we're gonna have to.
He
move
gets
him up
that
in
like
C.
really good top heavy that drains
Yeah.
stamina
And
concusses.
does so much damage.
Yeah.
And then you get a free light after it.
Okay, Warmonger. This is for Dominion and Breach, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, let's do this. This one's gonna be Dominion Breach. Let's throw him into S. I feel like I'm not sure if you agree, but Warmonger has a very big hitbox, and Corruption is incredibly strong.
Yeah, Corruption is probably the best.
Corruption is probably one of
feat
the
in the game.
best feats in the game. Yeah.
The one,
Just
no,
from
the
the-
Corruption that puts it on all of the guys around him.
Yeah, that
That's
final feat
easily
is
the best.
insane.
Yeah,
And Warmonger just has a good moveset in general that does good damage and has a response for pretty much everything.
okay, Gladiator. This is gonna be a good one.
I'm feeling B or A.
I would say like,
Very, very.
he has
strong
a dodge
hero.
bash, which is really helpful.
I have a
But
feeling.
you have to be actually good at the game to play
have
it.
a feeling he's. Yeah, but this is just out of a standpoint of like.
Yeah.
Oh, if you know how to play him, I'm gonna say high A.
High A.
Better than Conqueror because he has more of a moveset, and he has one of the strongest ground punishes in the game. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, definitely, because you can just stab your foot and push you over when you're out of stamina.
And then he gets the free skewer.
Yeah, very good. Scent? You've
Scent.
been playing Scent a
I've been
lot
playing
lately.
Scent. I'm gonna
I've
say
played him
B.
before.
I'm gonna say high B.
Yeah.
Higher than Warden.
If you can play him right, he can definitely be good with the punches.
Yeah, but he can be defeated pretty easily.
If you know how to fight him, yeah.
If you know what you're doing against him, or if someone makes a mistake, it can screw him over completely.
Black Prior.
I am gonna say. I'm gonna say throw him up into Veal A.
Yeah.
Above Griffin, I feel like.
He's good.
He's good. He's got the shield flip. He's very good. He's very good 1v1. He's very good ganking. He's a good anti-ganker because of his shield flip.
He has all the aspects you need. He has undodgeables and unblockables.
Yep, he has a shield. He has the flip, of course. He's got bashes just in his moveset.
Okay, so on to the samurai.
And
first up,
strong feats.
Shugo.
Shigoki, I'm gonna say B higher than Sen because of charge heavies.
Yeah, charge heavies is really good.
He has a very small moveset.
Small moveset, but can be
very
used
strong perks.
Well.
Very, very strong perks and feats. The defensive perks are my favorite in the game.
Yeah.
Because they make you very hard to kill, and Shugoki, especially the way I play Shugoki, is just very tanky, and you're hard to kill.
Yeah, also his zone is very good, especially with his last feat of knocking people over. Next up, Kensei. You have like 15 reps on him.
Yeah.
Total.
I think 14 as well. I say throw him. I'm going to say A below Conquer. Below Glad.
Below Gladiator.
Yeah, I might be biased.
Lights, but his lights are overpowered.
Fast lights, good zone, good dodge heavy.
His top
messes up a lot.
His top heavy into a side heavy can really mess somebody up.
He can deflect top attacks too into a free guard break.
Okay, next up, Orochi.
Orochi's good.
Yeah, Orochi's pretty good. I think he's below A tier though.
I don't know. I feel like he's better than Peacekeeper.
I mean,
he has more ways to deal with stuff than Peacekeeper does, because Peacekeeper is very much you just do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So
Orochi is more about the dodging aspect.
I'd say throw Orochi into the A above Griffin too. Griffin's good, but Griffin's not that good.
Yeah.
And if you're just expecting the kick, you can kill most Griffins, or if you just know how to block.
Yeah.
In response to stuff. All right.
Hito. So Hito has the strongest feat in the game with an insta-kill, especially with the current event going on in For Honor.
Well, I don't think it's the strongest one in the game because there's still stuff that
I don't know. Insta-kill is really good.
The insta-kill's good. It's not busted though.
Yeah, it can be parried and flipped.
It could be shield flipped.
Yeah.
It could be parried. It could be dodged.
But in the current game mode out, what's the event?
The Heralds of.
Yeah, so it can insta-kill your Herald, and it'll just win you the round.
I don't think it does that.
It does. I played it. Yep.
Oh.
I watched Hito do it. It was really, really upsetting because I was on the Herald's team that got killed.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not gonna include that.
For Dominion Breach.
So
I say honestly, Hito
B.
High B.
Yeah.
Above Shugo. Yeah. Good. It's like an okay moveset. It's
Shugo with a little bit more of a moveset.
It's kind of just better Shugo and it's not that great. It's good, it does a lot of damage, but if you know it, if you're like fighting a bad one or if you just know what you're doing, you can generally get around it some way.
Okay, well next
Aramusha, throw him in the D.
Yep, that might be the only
Aramusha, very good at low reps. Very, very good at low reps because no one knows what they're doing, but as I've gotten higher rep, I've noticed that Aramusha is worse and worse.
Yeah.
As he goes on, and you have to rely more and more on that soft feint, that like heavy soft feint.
But I think he has the smallest moveset in the game.
If you know how to do Blade Blockade really well, that's really good. Aramusha's alright, but you need to learn him. It's not someone you can just pick up and be like fine with. And even though I'm still at like reps 6 with him or something, I still can't do anything, or 7, I still can't do anything against a lot of high level
he's not
players. Yeah.
He's not good. Kyoshin. Okay.
S. I'd say honestly I'm gonna say that Warmonger is better than Kyoshin.
In Dominion, at least.
Mainly because Kyoshin only has one feat that really affects a crowd.
And
smaller hitboxes, but Kyoshin's so extremely strong. Kyoshin has a good moveset. The block thing is just annoying. And the feats that Kyoshin gets with that, like a ton of bleed whenever you get hit by that ability, a healing when they get to do that, an ability that traps you in place. That can be really bad if you're fighting someone who's got like a hero or something on their team.
Kyoshin's probably the best dueling character in the game. Just because of the spinning blade thing.
Yeah, Kyoshin also just has a response for everything. They've got a bash, which goes into a free life. They've got the unblockable. They've got the undodgeable. They've got the full block.
Yeah.
They got a dodge heavy. They got a full everything they need.
Yeah. Okay. Next is Shinobi.
I am a big fan of Shinobi. I think Shinobi has some of the best fashion in the game, but that really doesn't matter.
But it's just, he has such a big moveset. He can do so much.
Yes.
And that's what you need.
I feel like top of A or very bottom of S.
Yeah, I'd say bottom S. Just because he has everything that he needs. An unblockable and undodgeable. He has many ways to dodge with front rolls, back rolls.
His deflect does so much damage.
Super good.
And can follow into really much of whatever you want.
So yeah, Nabushi.
I am going to say top of A.
Top of A.
Just because if you're fighting someone who's very good, I've been able to light parry Nabushi sometimes, and I'm not even amazing.
Yeah, if they're spamming
I've been able
lights.
to block lights sometimes. If you have any sort of hyper armor, you can get through them a lot of times, but they do have everything you need.
They don't have unblockables, so you can really just sit there and block if you really want to.
It's very...
But the undodgeable is good, because it can...
The undodgeable is good. It catches a lot of people off guard, catches me off guard. Anytime you throw it, I still do dodge attacks a lot of times. When you throw it, you cancel it because you don't expect that.
Also... The bleed is just so dumb.
Bleed is an incredibly strong ability in the game. If you can't tell, a lot of the heroes in A were put into A because of the bleed.
Yeah.
Highlander.
Onto the Vikings, I would like to say. Highlander.
Onto the Vikings.
I would say,
Highlander is low B or high C. Highlander is very good if you're playing him perfectly.
If you're using his offensive stance, you really need to.
If you're using his offensive stance and you know how to wave dash, and he's very hard to, play hero, but he really has no opener.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. Really other than the faint top-heavy, side-heavy.
Yeah, he really has to rely on his opponent not being able to do a ton against him.
So, yeah, I would say bottom. I would say right above Warden.
Yeah, because he can still do a ton of damage, and I'd put him in front of Sent, honestly.
He just does a lot of damage,
Damage output and hyper armor. If you want to be gross, you can always just throw so much hyper armor down that your opponent can't do anything. Yeah.
Next up, Shaman, another very bleed-reliant hero.
Yes, Shaman's alright. I find that Shaman... The problem with Shaman is that Shaman is extremely hard to anti-gank with. Very good ganking hero, very good roamer, and if you can kill people before you can get locked down with more than one, it's good, but if you get stuck with two people, a lot of times you're just screwed.
Yeah, the thing is, she relies too much on bleed sometimes. I feel like half of her moveset is just based around getting you bleeding and then to bite you.
Yeah, or just to keep herself alive with the heal.
Yeah. So, I would say top of C... Maybe very low B, but not very high.
I'd go with B, because Shaman's still good ganking hero, very good ganking hero.
Where do we want her? Above or below Warden?
Do you think... I feel like she's better than Warden, I have to be honest.
And below
she's got a bash, she's got a...
Undodgeable.
They pretty much have a lot of the same stuff, but Shaman can do bleed and get that really strong bite. Yeah. And it synergizes very well with a lot of heroes like Nabushi and stuff.
Yeah, where she can just hit you randomly. Yeah. Next up, Raider.
I say Raider.
Low.
Low.
Definitely.
Yeah, I say just above Warden, and only because of Hyper Armor.
Yeah, the thing is, you have to use your mix-ups so well. You have to be canceling every other heavy.
Yeah, there's a lot that you need to learn Raider, and Raider is like, he's hard.
Yeah, he's hard to fight. So
It's
hard to
damage.
play. Hard to play.
He's easy to play a lot of times, but he's hard to win fights with. Sometimes, especially since you don't really have a parry option. Like, with Warden, if you get a parry, at least you're still getting 2 lights or just a zone off that, and that can still be very strong.
Yeah.
But you're getting 1 light with Raider.
Yeah. So, next up, Warlord. You hate playing him.
I hate Warlord. I will admit, Warlord is fine.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Warlord is probably
like
a high B or A tier hero. Very strong.
I think we should...
Yeah, I say we drop Peacekeeper down and we throw Warlord up into there.
Above or below Griffin?
I'm gonna say below.
Okay, so he's bottom of A tier.
Just because he's strong, but he can still get around like pretty easily. He's very good at throwing people off stuff, which is nice.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really matter because if it did, Raider would be higher up than he is. But
okay, I know you're excited for this next one.
Yorn,
your favorite hero in the entire game. He's definitely up here in one of these two.
I would love to put Yorm into S. However, I have to admit,
he just doesn't have a big enough moveset.
He always have the moveset to deal with some things. Granted, you have a lot, but especially dodge bashes. Dodge bashes are always going to be a problem. However, I would throw him just behind, or actually no, just in front of Gladiator. They can throw it about the same amount of damage, but he's also extremely strong at ganking.
You have to rely on the bash, the knee bash.
Yes, the knee bash is the strongest move in his entire moveset, and of course I'm biased for this one. I love
but you have to rely on it, and you have to cancel that. And if they're just spamming dodge when you cancel it, then you start guard breaking. And if they start doing dodge attacks, you start canceling parrying.
Especially, I love the new dodge attack changes because you cancel that and you get a top heavy for free a lot of times.
Yeah, and then also, and if they just aren't dodging, once they get used to you canceling it, then you start throwing it and they're not ready.
Yeah.
So, he's a very good hero. If you play him right, he's one of the best in the entire game. So, next up, Berserker.
I've tried playing Berserker. Berserker is alright.
He seems... he just has a lot of hyper armor.
His moveset is not nearly good enough, though.
No, not to be up there.
I would say I would throw him below... I'd throw him below Highlander.
Highlander?
Highlander.
Okay.
Because he could do a lot of damage. If you're not paying attention, he does a ton of damage. But Highlander has bashes. Highlander has more reliable hyper armor. A dodge heavy that comes from the opposite side, which catches people off guard.
Yeah.
When the only undodgeable thing you have in your moveset is a dodge attack, I'm not a fan of that.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Valkyrie is up here.
I do not think Valkyrie is that good.
Really?
No,
I just think the light leg sweep is very
strong. It's very easy to use, but Valkyrie's moveset is not that
No,
great.
it is not very good. And if you have somebody that knows how to,
and realistically,
block lights...
She also doesn't have, very good feats, from what I've been able to tell. She has decent ones. They're not bad, but they're not... She has one of the really good ones, Deadly, but it's not enough. It's not enough to bring her up.
Her leg sweep is just dumb. It does a lot of damage, too. All you have to do is light, leg sweep, light.
Yeah, I feel like Valkyrie is a C tier hero.
A C tier? I'm going to guess above Law.
Yeah, just because she has a lot of moveset that she can use, but it's not enough to...
I mean...
Like, a lot of these heroes, like Warden has the damage buff, Raider has damage buff in the area, Shaman just does a lot of damage and synergizes as well with a lot of heroes. Like Sen, she's not better than any of those heroes, but she's not close to them, in my opinion.
Okay, so we're on to the Wu Lin Heroes, or the Marching Fire. So, Tiandi up first.
Throw Tiandi up into the...
B or A?
I'd say... I'd say A. I think in A, and you throw him above Conqueror just because he has so much.
Tiandi has he doesn't have an unblockable. That's the only thing he has, but once you get into higher rep lobbies, that doesn't really matter.
I'm going to throw him beyond
Kensei
because Kensei, higher rep, harder to do stuff with. Tiandi is very good.
How? Okay, so he has the spinny dodge thing.
Mm-hmm. He has a long dodge. He has a short dodge that's undodgeable. He has a hyper armor forward heavy, for dodge heavy. He has a
dodge light.
He has a unblockable palm strike, unblockable kick.
Yeah, the kick is
both have a free follow up after them.
Yep.
He has very good mix ups. He has a decent zone. He has decent moveset. He's just very strong.
Okay. Next up, my personal favorite hero in the game,
and I'm gonna have to say we throw Shaylin into S. I'm gonna say above Shinobi, but below Kyoshin.
Okay.
Shaylin's very, very good mix-up hero. Extremely good. The leg sweep is very strong. It can be synergized with some of the heroes in this, that do a lot of damage when you happen to fall over. And
also, a very good part of his moveset is the fact that nobody if you miss the leg sweep, you're allowed to get a free... Normally, if you miss a bash, you get a free guard break. So, everyone expects to get a free guard break after the leg sweep, but you can just throw another heavy. It's the same thing with Yorm.
Yeah, you get that free... You get the free heavy.
Yeah, you get free heavy after.
So much damage and throws them. And I've had fights where I've been able to knock someone into a wall and kill them when I really had no right.
Yeah, that's Yorm. Yeah. But with Shaylin, you can just chain that into another heavy, which they won't be expecting, which goes into Q stance.
The only problem I have about Shaylin is key stance being hard to wrap your mind around sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta play him. You have to play him for a little while before you can actually understand.
It takes like a rep or two. I think when I got all the heroes to rep 1, I got to close to that, or almost all the heroes to rep 1. I got close to that point. I learned key stance barely by almost rep 1.
But so...
And I only knew one combo.
A big thing about him is the fact that you can chain lights into key stance as well.
Yeah.
Very helpful. He also has a triple light that comes out very fast.
The triple light, also very strong. It holds him in place. I'm pretty sure it probably prevents revenge, too.
Maybe. But, yeah, Shaylin, S tier. Probably our last S tier hero,
Zanhu.
maybe. Zanhu is next.
Definitely an A tier hero.
Yeah, he's good, especially the
very
dodge.
Good. He might possibly
dodge.
Be S.
Top of A.
I feel like he's top of A, above
Nobushi.
Above Nobushi, yeah, because he does have that
undodgeable and unblockable dash.
Unblockable free light. All of his finishers are unblockable too, which is extremely strong.
Yeah.
There's just a lot that you can do with him.
But the main reason is just unblockable lights are dumb.
Yeah, and just very strong, very fast lights. They come out a lot of times before you can even cancel attacks to get to the parry, which is incredibly dumb a lot of times. JJ
is a very good.
JJ, I'm saying S.
S. Right by Shaylin.
I'd say just above Shaylin out of a pure damage standpoint.
Yeah, he's a heavy, so he does way more damage and he's a Nobushi.
He has better survivable feats, and his hidden stance I feel like is more reliable than Nobushi's.
Yeah,
Nobushi's does not work as well for me as JJ's does.
He also has a dodge forward bash, which can be very useful.
Yeah.
Zone while you're in a chain is unblockable.
Yep, you have your parry tech is the zone, and that's unblockable, so that's a big zone that you can just throw someone, hit a whole bunch of people with off of parry. There's your one where you grab them and drain their stamina while replenishing yours. Also very strong. There's very little about JJ I don't think there's anything about JJ that's bad. He has hyper armor, he has fast lights, he has parry attacks.
He has unblockables. He doesn't have an undodgeable.
He has unblockables. He doesn't have undodgeables, but he doesn't need them. He has a long dodge, and I feel like the problem is people spam that too much just because they expect the light to land, and it's just very free light parries from that point.
Yeah, his dodge attack is just like Warmonger's, where it's super long. That's you have the ability to cancel it at any time you want into a light or just cancel it in general. Yeah. Okay, next up, Nuxia.
I'm going to say B tier hero.
Where?
Above Raider.
Above Raider.
But below...
Shaman?
No, above Shaman.
Above Shaman?
Because...
The worst woodland hero.
Yes, very weird moveset. Extremely weird moveset. The parry thing catches people off guard a lot.
Yeah.
But it's decent moveset. Good feats. The one where if you're fighting an enemy who's alone, you get more damage is always helpful. The one where she has corruption. She has caltrops, which is extremely strong feat in the game.
Yeah.
Just a good hero in general, but not amazing.
Yeah, no, not the greatest. Next up, we're into the Outlanders, the latest 3 heroes to be released. We will start with Pirate.
I say Pirate is...
Up there.
Yeah, S.
Definitely.
Very strong.
Bottom or...
Very strong. I think below Shinobi, purely out of a...
moveset standpoint.
Purely, she has more health than Shinobi because like every hero does.
Yeah, Shinobi's very small.
She has very much the same perks, I believe, and is not much less of a moveset.
Yeah,
but still very strong.
Yeah,
moveset.
the gun is very useful in the moveset.
Strong feats too. I just feel like Shinobi's just such a good ganking hero that you can't really move Pirate over him.
Yeah.
So therefore you can't really move him past anyone else.
Okay, next up is Medjay.
Medjay's good.
Medjay's good, especially when you break his staff thing in half and use the 2. He has more of a variety of moveset.
I feel like better than Conqueror, definitely.
Yeah, he's pretty high up.
But do you think he's better than Kensei or not? I feel like he is.
No, just because how many brain dead players there are.
True.
But if we're just going if it's a good player.
I feel like he's also just I feel like he might be better, especially because of that grab.
Yeah, the grab is really slow and it's really good.
I do not think he's as good as Tiandi. I think
Tiandi is very good.
Has hyper armor, has all these good things that he just doesn't. And finally, Afera. Afera is...
She
ridiculous.
Is very good.
I feel like another high A or S.
Well, do you think she's better than Zanhu?
I think she is I think she's slightly worse.
Slightly worse, so we want to...
she goes above Nabushi.
Above Nabushi?
Nabushi does a lot bleed, but...
Afera is super
has
good.
Very strong moveset.
You can literally go dodge, dodge.
If you happen to get hit by a bash, it can be extremely bad because they can get 2 free heavies off that.
Yeah, it's really not good for you.
Because they can push you into a wall and then hit you with another heavy. They've got a deflect, which makes their attack even stronger. They have a static guard. Very strong.
Okay, well that's it.
I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great. Stacking all the cheese and all the bread up on my plate. Steady looking fresh while I be headed to the bank. And all my homies that I think it's time to celebrate. La la la, everybody wanna be like me. Cause I eat real good like I'm B.I.G. Hey, chopper gon' chop like it's Miyagi.